How's it going, everybody? So, really quick, I just want to spend a quick minute talking about a certain someone. If you guys really don't want to hear this part, I'm going to leave a timestamp on screen, and you guys can skip to the actual video. If you guys decide to stay and listen to this part, I greatly appreciate that. So, as you guys can see on screen, it's been a long time since my last upload, and don't worry, it's not because I lost interest in doing YouTube videos. It's my second favorite hobby right next to no-lifing every game I own. The last couple months I was actually working on several video projects. Most of them I've already scrapped because I'm super late on the topic because, you know, people are only going to care when that topic is relevant at that time. I've also had school, I had 2 jobs, a lot of things beating me over the head. I'm hoping it went a lot better for you guys though. But anyways, one of these videos I was working on was a 3rd video on Alonzo. This video I've actually deleted several times, and I'm very divided down the middle of whether I should or shouldn't finish this video and upload it. Right now the video is halfway done, but the reason I'm having second thoughts is because if I upload this video, I feel like this kid will not get the point. Yes, I absolutely did call you a kid if you're watching this, Alonzo. Look at this. You know there's a problem when I made a second video addressing the same points as the first video, and a general criticism I got from my friends from that second video, besides vid is good, was I repeated myself a lot. Now the sad part is, I intentionally repeated myself on the script. I was spoon feeding this information to him because I felt like he still wasn't going to get the point. Now, considering I'm making a 3rd video, he obviously didn't. Like, what's the point of even trying when I know Alonzo's just gonna go on a YouTube rant about, oh, Nibbles is just a hater, he's trying to do everything he can to ruin my name, when, let's be fair, you're kind of already doing that yourself. I'm just a spectator, if anything. Do you guys understand where I'm coming from with this? Like, I really don't like when people respond with hater towards criticism, because that's just a good way to basically say, I didn't listen, I was just covering my ears and just hoping it ends. So I'm spending this minute to tell you guys because I just want you guys to understand that if I upload this video, it will be just solely to entertain you guys. I really do think Alonzo's past redemption at this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a comment in this video. I'm going to pin it, and it'll basically act as a poll. You guys can vote whether you do or don't want to see the video, and that's perfectly fine. If you guys don't want to see it, I get it. I already have other videos planned, and I'm back to the whole YouTube business after I'm not going to school and working 2 jobs now. That made it sound like I'm currently jobless. I only have 1 job now. Before anybody starts pointing fingers that I'm being really petty about Euro drama, I want you guys to understand this has nothing to do with the money. I already don't give 2 shits if I ever get that money back. I already know Alonzo spent it on a gas station or whatever. But if you guys want a basic summary, basically not even long after my second video, Alonzo is in a bunch of new drama where he made a girl nearly commit suicide. So I'll let you guys decide whether you think he should be called out or if I should just let this go. The girl's perfectly fine now, but that still doesn't excuse his behavior. It's unreal that I even have to say that. And I just want to point out why I called him a kid. The reason I call him a kid is because he's doing everything he can to make sure his own followers and nobody finds out about this situation. I have the full evidence for all my claims, don't worry about that. Alonzo, if you want to keep sweeping this under the rug and pretending it never happened, I want you to know I still have the recording of the podcast where you even acknowledge that this problem existed and you're aware of it. So with all that out of the way, let's start the actual video.
Chat! I haven't got a donation or a sub for an hour. What the fuck? For an hour? What the fuck? An hour when I fucking working for free?
Why are you so special?
$5 a month.
Money begging on this platform, thinking that they're worth a fucking goddamn.
Whoa. How fucking dare you watch my Twitch stream and not donate to me constantly?
I don't know. What are you doing with your life?
Needless to say, this is highly unethical.
Who would do this?
How are you consuming this free entertainment?
People just really don't respect me as a content creator.
Okay then.
Well, this Parasite's right about one thing. Nobody respects her as a content creator.
I ban you if you're fucking Trump supporter. If you're this much of a piece of shit at this point, there's no place for you here.
Jesus Christ.
Obviously, she doesn't really understand the entire idea behind free content.
She's basically the pinnacle of entertainment, almost better than math class.
She's getting a ton of hate on her stream.
And it always gets to me because it makes all content creators on the internet look a little terrible.
Woman out of her place. Me mad. It's almost like you're sexist!
Let's not elaborate on that.
So you might have seen these clips being shared around either on Instagram, Twitter, and I know it's especially been all over YouTube. I'm a week late to this topic, but I still want to cover this because this hits a little too hard for me. For the people that don't know who she is, she's a Twitch streamer going by the name Bad Bunny. If this isn't an indicator of something, I think you're a little too young to be on this channel. So a YouTuber by the name of Optimus has actually made a video covering this like well over a year ago. And I just want to play this clip because I just want to show you guys, this has been a reoccurring thing for a long time, probably even before Optimus has even covered this. I also want to dive into this because there's something in this video that's very crucial for later in the video.
Like, how are you consuming this free entertainment? Like, how do you think free entertainment is available to you? It's because other people actually provide money so you can be a cheap ass. That's it. Other people provide money because they're generous and they see like a thing that they want to support, a form of entertainment they want to support, and then you leech. But that's the reality of it, period. If you're watching Twitch as a non-donating, non-sub, you are leeching. Does that mean that you should feel bad about it? I don't know. But the reality is that you are leeching.
You hear that, guys? A platform specifically designed to cater towards anybody, to basically make a name and a brand for themselves, with the added option to monetize later if that channel becomes successful, is now full of leeches. What? I want to ask a serious question. So how realistic would it be for this girl to donate to every single person she watches, taking into account that she even plays other people's YouTube videos for stream? Probably not likely. So what makes her think that an average day-to-day person would be able to manage that? Hopefully I don't have to point this out, but it's not mandatory for you to donate. The option is there if you want to further support a content creator, but you're not obligated to do so. You don't owe her or anyone like her your money. It's a bit strange that she thinks people are, in direct quotes, leeches, especially when even if you don't donate, she still generates money because Twitch ads are a thing. It's not like they play automatically the second you click on her stream, right? The reason this hits a bit hard for me is because I'm one of those few people that try to put in the grind on Twitch. I wasn't seeing massive progress. It was super slow, and to be honest, she should be happy that people are even tuning into her stream. Heck, I'm happy to even have at least one viewer that's at least commenting on my stream, even if that viewer is a close friend of mine that came from whatever social media I shared my stream on. And it's ridiculous that she has no idea how lucky she is to be in the position she's at. So how much support do you think she gives other people? Bet a lot of you didn't notice the ad block at the top of her browser, did you?
No, chef.
Good, yeah.
I know I was.
Fuck me.
No,
fuck
I
me.
swear to God.
Fuck off.
So let me get this straight. So this person's sitting here lecturing us about how if we don't put money forward towards our favorite content creators, we are a quote-unquote leech, but she can't realistically hold herself to the same rules and uses an application to prevent ads from popping up. You know, those same ads that YouTubers rely on to generate money. That makes total sense. It's totally not hypocritical in any way, shape, or form. Now, don't get me wrong. Using an ad blocker is perfectly fine. There's literally nothing wrong with it. But at the same time, it's like none of us are the ones that are spitting out that if you don't support whatever content creator you're watching financially, that you're suddenly a terrible person. I understand why people use adblock. I even have it on my computer, and I usually tend to turn it off whenever it comes to my favorite content creators. Thanks to Optimus, had he not pointed it out, I would have never realized that she was using adblock. But anyway, she's back at it again a full year later, and this time, unlike last time where it's only like one YouTuber covering her, this time she's actually managed to garner the attention of every single commentary channel on the site. Hence the little montage in the beginning. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Massive thank you to Best Girl for making that little montage for me and helping me out with the video. Greatly appreciate it. So anyways, I want to show you guys just a couple more clips to show you just how toxic this got.
How did my whole speech about how I need subs and to keep the stream going if you like the content, blah, 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 how that results in 0 subs? There are regulars here. $5 a month. How do you have hours of time to watch me and not $5? I don't know. What are you doing with your life where you have hours of time to watch Twitch and not $5 to provide for the content that you're watching?
Now bear with me, guys. I know it feels like you guys just walked away from a nade blast right next to your eardrum, but do you guys feel how much toxic she's gotten in just a year? Last year, that clip I showed is just, You know, she's calling you guys a leech for not giving her money. You know, it's nothing that bad. It just comes off as a bit ignorant, even keeping in mind she still has ad block a year later. What the fuck? The difference from then and now is back then she was just simply saying like, you're basically a bad person if you're not donating or supporting. You know, it's kind of a bad message to send to your viewers and people just generally watching. But now she's just belittling her entire audience because she's not receiving a donation, almost like she's dependent on that money. The weird thing to me is, like, you look at the attitude she has when she says this stuff, and then you look at the blank what the F face when she stares right into the camera, that she's not enjoying her time. She's there for one purpose only, and that's easy money. I think this should be said without me having to go too deep into it, but if you want to do any kind of hobby, whether it's Twitch, YouTube, you want to be an artist or a DJ, don't treat it like it's your primary source of income. Treat it like it's something that you want to do, something you were dreaming of since you were little, and only do it because you enjoy it. When she's constantly bitching at her entire audience, it almost makes it sound like, yeah, this is my primary source of income. I specifically rely on this to make a living. That might not be the case, but there are other ways to make money and you actually enjoy yourself. If you're literally only looking to make money, there's the stock market, you could start up your own small business. You should never, and I repeat, you should never rely on your hobby as a constant source of income. We've all heard these stories online where some person just found mild success. They earned a couple $1,000s from just doing their hobby. Then out of nowhere, some controversy happens or they just start losing fans. Then suddenly that's not very reliable. Then they go bankrupt and then you never hear from them ever again. You'll never know if this stuff happens, so have some other source of revenue coming in. Maybe have a real job, then do Twitch whenever you get home. Anything besides just picking out somebody in the audience that you think is being a nuisance, then calling them out, putting them on blast for no other reason than you're just upset that you're not getting money. It's really scummy and it's really unethical. It sends a really bad message for the people that do support you. Oh damn, I almost forgot to mention that clip. Let me just play this clip really quick.
How do I call in you? Don't, you fucking non-subbing fucking poor. You don't. Everyone who is here for the first time is like, hey, I've never done anything for you and I just met you, but can I call in and talk to you? Why are you so special? Who are you?
You're talking to me?
No, not you. No. This is just idiots that are trying to, like, talk to me. They're always trying to get in voice chat with me to talk to me.
What? No way. I had no idea it's a privilege to be able to talk to you. How dare he demand that? Fucking Neanderthal. Good lord, the entitlement coming off of this woman. Like, imagine I randomly said, like, I'm gonna start up a stream, Halo 3, right? You guys can join, but you guys just cannot talk to me or even join if you don't financially support me in some way, shape, or form. Wouldn't you guys feel terrible? Wouldn't you guys rush to hit the unsubscribe button? I bet I would. So I can't even imagine how, like, a Bad Bunny fan would be able to look at me with a straight face and just say, like, yeah, I don't care what you say. I'm still supporting her. This woman isn't even a 10 out of 10. Like, I'm really having a hard time trying to figure out, like, what do people see in this girl that they're still supporting even knowing this stuff exists? Holy shit, come onto my channel. You'll never see me say stuff like this. Unironically, at least. Alright, so this next part needs a little bit of an explanation before I actually show it to you. So, Bad Bunny's channel, for the most part, she just discusses politics, right? So, I don't want anybody in here making assumptions that, you know, I have this view, I'm showing this clip because I absolutely disagree with her view. It has nothing to do with that. So I'm just putting this disclaimer here so people don't immediately start assuming that, you know, I have some political stance and make assumptions about where I stand on the political spectrum.
All right, chat. I'm gonna raid Lottie. Yeah, I ban you if you're fucking Trump supporter. It's like, fucking go away. Find another stream. Like, honestly, if you're this much of a piece of shit at this point, there's no place for you here.
So let me express this one last time before I continue. I want to avoid talking about politics as much as possible on this channel. However, the point I want to address here has nothing to do with my political stance nor me disagreeing with her political stance. It mostly has to do with her approach and response to this person that just commented. It's pretty clear she doesn't agree with stuff Trump has to say, but at the same time, it's like, you're a political channel. The whole point of politics is like you argue your points to find the best possible solution for the majority. What does calling this person a piece of shit then telling them you don't want them in the stream at all accomplish? I don't know, you kind of ruined that guy's day. It would be nice if you could respond, even if you guys disagree, at least have like a nice debate about it. But instead it's like, yeah, you're just a piece of shit in my eyes because you disagree with my points. I'm a dum-dum when it comes to talking about politics, but come on, that's just not a good look for a political channel. All right, this next clip is just yikes. I'm kind of speechless. I'll let you guys have a listen to this because holy shit, this is just a whole nother level of stupid.
I know that someone posted me clipped me saying that like I want subs on Livestream Fails because there's like a smattering of angry insults in here today. I should honestly do that more often. It's really funny.
I didn't even watch the clip, but I did see the post. I assume you were joking, right?
Of course I was joking. I was started doing this. I started like, give me subs. And whatever. I don't know.
What the fuck? What is wrong with these weirdo incels?
They're really weird. Women are evil, and they're just finding a way to fit something into that narrative.
It physically hurts me to. I should probably do a retake. It sounded like I enjoyed that a little too much. Holy shit, there is so much to unravel here. So I started talking about these clips being shared around, and then the guy, not directly excusing her, but he literally hands over an excuse to her by saying, I'm assuming it's a joke. Like, where did you even come up with that? Have we even watched the same clips? Like, what here indicates that it's a joke? So then Bad Bunny takes that excuse and yeah, it's supposed to be a joke. So let's go back a year to that one clip Optimus had. I hate using year-old clips to use it as an argument against somebody, but I'll make an exception for it only when that person proves to me that, you know, they haven't changed within that year. The clip where she's sat down there, no music in the background, she looks dead straight into the camera with a serious face expression, not even a smile. And then her delivery is almost like she's lecturing us like, yeah, you are a leech. And then she even goes as far as to say, and I quote, that's the reality of the situation, period.
But that's the reality of it, period.
So this has been like a running gag for over a year, even to this day, with no punchline. You haven't even changed the format of this joke. Like, I don't know, man. All I'm saying is this does not sound like a joke. Like, I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, but I don't hear it. I'm like 10% sure I don't have autism. I mean, come on. Even people on Twitter and YouTube, those YouTubers I showed in the beginning in that compilation, and even people on Twitter that are aware, like, you know, the people that we meme on that do beg for donations, like, we know they exist, we do meme on them, but those people that are aware that it's a meme don't even know if this is a joke. They even question it, and they even go like, what? There's no way she actually said this. This has to be a joke. Maybe it is a joke, and maybe her delivery is just terrible. So is this a joke or the reality of the situation? You can't have it both ways. Oh, I haven't even gotten to the best part about this. So the guy says, what the F? What a bunch of weirdo incels. Yeah, you're definitely not a weirdo for just assuming everybody's an incel. For those of you that don't know what an incel is, I know most of my audience is primarily teenagers, so I'm assuming most of you guys don't even know what an incel is. I didn't even know what an incel was until I started looking it up. There is no textbook definition of it, so I had to go into like other political channels that do use this word a lot, and apparently it's not much different from just saying you basically just hate women. What a weird thing to be throwing around. Like, yeah, people are calling her out for what she said. People can give fuck all if she was born with a female genitalia. That has nothing to do with this. Any women in the comments want to just address this? Then Bad Bunny doubles down on it. Yeah, they just hate women and they just want to fit it into their narrative. What a bunch of gibberish. Where in the world did you pull this from? It's bad enough you even tried to make an excuse, but of all excuses you could have used, yeah, shift blame onto everybody else. It's the people that just hate women. This is so ridiculous. You show this clip to any woman and they'd be able to tell you, no, that's not the case. Imagine seeing this, right? A young woman goes to court because she got a DUI. She failed the breathalyzer test where she got pulled over, and they documented all of that. And then that person then proceeds to tell the judge, oh, you're doing this because I'm black. Oh, you're doing this because I'm a woman. This argument will never hold up anywhere you try to insert it. Why would you even try it?
Sorry, I was just busy respecting women.
I'm having a hard time believing this is meant to be a joke. Is this just a word you guys throw around against people you disagree with? I'm going to assume yes. I think I've said everything I need to say about Bad Bunny. Just overall, I don't like her approach to things. I don't like her attitude. I don't like how she takes advantage of her followers. Or I don't like the message she's sending to her followers. Hopefully, she can probably take all of this, look back however many years later and just say like, oh, I said some really dumb stuff back then. I know I surely can do that. So at this point, I've pretty much already heard everything every other YouTuber has to say about this girl, and I was a little bit curious to see what the other side of it would say, because of course, with any controversy, there's always people that are going to be defending the person that said something controversial or did something terrible.
What a fucking...
And the thing that sparked this curiosity was in a lot of these videos, there were a lot of people that were trying to defend Bad Bunny by saying that these clips were just taken out of context. I'm pretty sure the people commenting this are not even aware what the word context means. I looked up her Twitch, you know, the place where all these clips were originally being shared from, so I went straight there. And I'm not sure if these people saying that it's out of context know this, but on Twitch, when you view these clips, there is a little button at the bottom that tells you, look, you can view the entire video. I went out of my way, instead of just doing the easy thing and just downloading the clip or recording it straight from the person or whatever YouTuber I watched it from, I went straight to the source. I rewinded a couple minutes before the clip started. I kept watching past where the clip ends. And I can assure you, literally nothing in these clips were taken out of context. So I went to Twitter and I actually did a little bit of snooping around and I could not find anything. As a matter of fact, on Bad Bunny's Twitter, there's actually an entire flame war going on. You have these people that are just like, let me insert the same $5 joke everybody else has already made. Weird flex, but okay. Then you have people like this gentleman that won't stop telling us how badly he wants to get in Bad Bunny's pants. I think there could be a better use of your time, friend. Calling everybody an incel, like anybody that disagrees with them, incel. I gotta say it like a Dragon Ball Z villain, incel. I kid you not, on both sides, I couldn't find the screenshots because Bad Bunny's taken down a lot of these, and she's even taken down a lot of the original posts, and then along goes the entire thread with it. But I kid you not, you know that Spider-Man meme where I think he's looking at Chameleon and just pointing at him? The entire war on Bad Bunny's thread is just, you're a simp. No, you're a simp. It's just, it's so dumb. I found this in the comments. No lie, if I was in her shoes, I wouldn't even be mad if somebody made this. This is honestly gonna be my profile picture for the next month. So I actually commented, I'll put this up on the screen right now, like, I assure you I said nothing terrible. I was simply asking, alright, I keep hearing that these clips were taken out of context. Can anybody provide said context? As expected, I got called an incel, and then I got called a simp on both sides. I don't know what's going on, but I kind of expect a little better from a website primarily dominated by adults, but whatever. And the reason I put so much emphasis on I didn't say anything rude, yeah, she blocked me. People on both sides defending Bad Bunny and then against Bad Bunny, they couldn't give me an answer besides you're just a simp or an incel. And Bad Bunny herself blocked me, so I can't find anything on her page that can help me out. And then later that same day, I started seeing all these posts popping up about this white knight. And if you guys don't know what a white knight is, let's go back to the person I showed earlier that was just spamming you're an incel to every single person. The white knight is your typical, "Milady, I'll defend you to the very end. I'll make excuses for you where you haven't made one already." That is your typical white knight, alright? I hope you guys are ready for this white knight because I think this guy just tops everybody. He has reached Master Prestige White Knight. His current rank is now the White Ranger. let's just dub him the White Ranger for the rest of this video.
Because nobody else gets called out like this. No man gets called out for this. Women get called out for this. Women get called out for this. It's so blatantly obvious.
Excuse me, the fuck did you just say? I like how he's like so confident, like it's blatantly obvious. Like what's obvious about it? Oh yeah, and this only happens to women. I don't need to pull up any statistics to prove this to be false. It's just common sense. And not only that, I actually have some evidence about this. Do you remember who Darkside Phil is? Do you remember who Wings of Redemption is? Oh, gee, it's not like they destroyed their entire YouTube career from doing the exact same thing that Bad Bunny did. And there's entire documentaries about them on YouTube from internet historians. The difference from these two and Bad Bunny is these two were ridiculed so badly and their YouTube channels just started slowly going on the decline. People were building up entire communities from just clipping their freakouts and begging for donations. Looking at these two, I think some people could argue, yeah, Bad Bunny had it a little easy compared to these two because after this whole controversy blew over, she hasn't really suffered any repercussions from it.
And the reason why this is getting retweeted and liked so much is because she's an attractive woman who didn't act like a nice person.
And there it is. That's the thing I've been waiting for ever since he said incel, is just I've been waiting for him to just say, yeah, she's just an attractive woman. That's the only reason I'm defending her. And yeah, I'm not sure if you know this, but negativity seems to create its own gravitational pull and then bring in more negativity towards it. So of course, if she says something shitty, of course people are going to respond with something even shittier.
Which is what makes sexually frustrated incels angry. Woman not acting, woman out of her place, me mad.
So he was kind of headed on the right track by saying, you know, she said something that she shouldn't have said, and then he backtracks, he laps a full circle around and just saying, yeah, they're just sexually frustrated. I don't need to be a politician to be able to tell you guys that this is really stupid. Oh yeah, and I want you guys to keep in mind the whole caveman talk that he was doing. Women not in her place, me mad. This is going to be important for later. So if you guys spent any good amount of time on Twitch, you might have heard of this Twitch streamer called Dr. Disrespect. So not long after the whole controversy happened, Dr. Disrespect decided to just take a little jab at what Bad Bunny was saying.
If people are gonna watch me for free, you better line up the contracts. Yeah, I don't work for free. If they're sitting in the channel, watching me for free, I'm gonna be fucking pissed off. Yeah, the donations. Yeah. I don't care. Tier 1. Tier 2, Tier 3.
This is clearly supposed to be a joke. He laughed, he smiled, he over-exaggerated, he even has the Lamborghini high-quality background. And just to make it even more obvious it's supposed to be a joke, he has the little fake flip phone he's talking to. So what do you think this White Ranger saw this as?
The thing is,
wow, this only has 980 views and it's from Dr. Disrespect, one of the biggest streamers on the platform, and nobody cares. It's almost like you're sexist. It's almost like you've been exposed right fucking now by me. QED. End of debate.
Incels hate him.
Where's the #1 post?
When I saw this clip for the first time, I lost my mind. Because the only thing that comes to mind when I saw this was, you remember on the Xbox 360, those good old days when you would invite somebody to a 1v1, they rage quit, and then they proceed to message you, you mad bro, you mad bro, you mad bro? They would just consistently spam that. Like, that's what it reminds me of. It was clearly supposed to be a joke, but this guy tried to fit it into some narrative that, yeah, this stuff doesn't happen to guys. That's not even the case. Nobody cared because it was clearly meant to be a joke, as in it's not meant to be taken seriously, but he tried. And can this guy really tell me with a straight face that what Bad Bunny said is excusable? But when it's a guy, it's absolutely terrible. I am sensing some kind of double standard that shouldn't exist here. Oh god, and the thing I absolutely despise about this dude, he's throwing out the word incel. You're misogynist, you're sexist. You know, I believe sexism does exist in the world, but call it out where you see it. This guy just seems to throw it out wherever it feels like he needs to weaponize it in an attempt to dehumanize the person he's arguing against. That or he's sexually frustrated. Who knows? We'll get to that.
Okay, so the answer to your question is Bad Bunny was not shaming her community. She was doing a bit.
No, what are you doing with your life?
She wasn't shaming her community, but she asked people, what are you doing with your life? You're not a very credible person when it comes to identifying what's supposed to be a skit or a joke, because with the Dr. Disrespect clip, you've already shown us that you don't know what is or isn't supposed to be a joke. If it is a skit, I just want to point out again that The delivery is just awful, and there's nothing to hint that it's supposed to be a joke.
That she does. It's part of the inside joke. And even if she were shaming, who gives a fuck? She has to live. She's a professional streamer. She's been a Twitch partner for over 3 years.
Whether she has to make a living or not, like, everybody has to make a living. You know what everybody else doesn't do? They don't shame their community. End of story. Have more than one source of income if that's going to be the case.
Her community knows the inside communications, and what you're doing is being manipulated by people trying to make money off of you by lying to you. You should be embarrassed that you fell for it.
So this guy that's just throwing around the word, you're sexist for this, this, and this, where there's no place to really fit it in, is telling us we're the ones being manipulated and lied to. Okay. Okay. I really have, like, no comment for this.
I think that's fine. So if a guy pays for my tab...
I think I'm getting your attention. I feel like I touched, like, a vampire touching holy water.
Can I help you?
Oh my god. Now, I 100% get it, alright? We've all been in a similar situation where we felt really embarrassed. In this case, he felt embarrassed because he interrupted her in the middle of a stream. But at the same time, when you're the guy that's throwing around, you're an incel to everybody you're arguing against, this isn't a good look. It looks like you've never had an interaction with a woman in your entire life. It looks like second grade me, man. Now, let me make this clear, alright? Whether you're a fan of Bad Bunny or a fan of, this Chad? Question mark? It's perfectly fine to be fans of these two people. If you're able to leave the chat or leave this video and tell yourself, like, you know, these people, there's a lot more good stuff that outweigh the bad stuff. That's perfectly okay. If you still follow them knowing they say all the stuff openly, that's perfectly okay too. But please, for the love of God, do not excuse that behavior, because expect people to make counter arguments if you don't have a counter argument against that, and you're gonna resort to attacking the person on a personal level and just throwing out insults, then you need to backtrack for a moment and then just think this is not excusable. This could be applied to a celebrity you like. This could be applied to a close friend. You don't have to 100% agree with them, but please do not make excuses for those people. If they messed up, tell them they messed up. Don't be like this Chad that threw away his entire reputation because he found one woman attractive. That about wraps up everything I need to say about the entire situation. Now, really quick, I just want to make an announcement. So if you guys take a look at my profile picture and my banner, these haven't been updated in such a long time. The banner wasn't updated in 5 years since my freshman year, and my profile picture, I did draw this myself. If you guys didn't know, I do draw in my own spare time. This one's a bit more recent, but still fairly old. It's running at 2 years now, so I'm in desperate need of an update. And recently I got myself one of those really cool drawing display tablets, and what I was thinking is I should probably stream myself drawing myself an updated profile picture. I'll have my Twitter linked in the description. I'll pin a post on there on Tuesday because that's when I get the official schedule for work. I'll post the exact day and time that I'm going to be streaming, and you guys could join in. Let's just have a normal conversation. Could ask me some of the most random questions and I'll answer them, and who knows, maybe you guys could throw in some ideas here and there that could make their way into the new profile picture or banner. If you guys are at all interested in that, again, it's in the description, and I guess I'll see you guys later.